Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Zion, back in it again. We'll face peace. We give all honor and glory to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Yahawah being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the word is called God. Yahawah being the true name of the Son, who the word is called Jesus Christ. BAHASHAM, the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the elders, the apostles, great listeners, two teachers, the two prophets, Yahawah, strong Shalom to the Holy Spirit, and the right members of the Lord have mercy on this last day.
What you got?
Okay, Jeremiah 50, 46. Jeremiah 50, chapter, verse 1.
22.
Oh, verse 22. So I think.
You can start anywhere, but the brother called 22.
Okay, sorry. A sound of battle is in the land, and a great destruction.
Yeah, so you got a sound of battle in the land right now, man. Wars and rumors of wars at an all-time high. You know, Russia and Ukraine going at it. You know, you got ISIS popping up in so-called Africa. You know, and these wars, these micro wars are gonna escalate into World War III. Okay, and America is gonna be destroyed via World War III. Okay.
Hey, right. It's not a coincidence that ICE is showing up. Train militia from the United States and Israel. You know what I'm saying? Personally trained, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Elder.
Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Yeah, because ultimately all this is going to lead to the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America. Okay, they're going to be reduced to ashes. You know, this country did.
Hold that. Go ahead, Elder.
How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
How is it? Because it's the will of the Father. Go ahead.
Verse 24. I have laid a snare for thee.
Yeah, he said that a snare is a trap, man. He has laid a trap for America. America thinks once upon a time, America had in his mind that everybody was what on his side. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like us. We at the party and we roofie all the females there. For a moment, all the women is on our side. We get them do what we want to do. You know what I mean? They believe what we say. You know, then that roofie start to fade out. You know what I'm saying? But a wise chick, if she got roofie, she gonna play it off as if for survival. She gonna play it off like she's still roofie just to escape. You know what I'm saying? And that's what their nations is doing. You know what I'm saying? On a low level. Now they pushing the issue, saying, you know what, the hell with you, man. You know what I'm saying? So now they dealing with each other. They're not using the FRNs to make business deals. You know what I'm saying? You got Iran and Russia, you know, and China spending their own form of currency, man. Which America is actually not. What do they got to do? They got to try to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? They realizing that the beast, NATO and the EU, okay, it's not as powerful as they push to the world, man, or display. So, and the countries is realizing that. So now they realize that's why the scriptures say, somebody could grab it if y'all want. The weak say they strong, man, because now they got the nuclear weapons. Now they got the warheads. You know what I mean? Now they got the cojones. You know what I'm saying, to go against the beast, man. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
Verse 24. I have made a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware.
Yeah, because if you're not going to be aware of the trap, if you're aware that it's a trap, there it's not a trap anymore. You know, it's a trap, but if you're aware that it's there, so it serves no purpose. So the Lord is making it unaware of this trap, which is whatever it is that's going to happen that's going to cause World War III. That's going to be a trap unto America, whether it's the relation with Israel, that is going to be one of them. Because Scripture said that the least of the flock shall draw them out. Talking about Amalek. Okay, so Israel is going to draw America into the next world's war and their activity in the Middle East. You know,
that's pretty much.
You gotta lift your voice up, Mark.
So like that's Amalek is pretty much who's running this whole shit show over here, you know, in the east. You know, they got, you know, that's where 13 bankers spend a lot of their time, you know.
Right. You got 13 colonies. You got 13 stripes on the flag. You know what I'm saying? You got Amalek, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, pushing the issue where now the nigga Sleepy Joe said Biden was a murderer, man. It's a killer. You know what I'm saying? You know, now he talking down on his name, man. You know, who I say? Yeah, Biden called Putin a killer. So hey, they the gangs of the world. So what do gangs do? When one nigga come down on the head of another gang, you know, you gotta resolve that issue, man. You know, that's where the concept of gangs came from, was Edom, man. And who is Amalek? Who is Amalek? Amalek is the chief tribe, man. You know what I'm saying? They the head tribe of Edom, man. They the Dukes of Edom, man. Right? You got it.
We gonna do this is book of Joel. This book of Joel.
Shalom, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, "I am strong."
Yeah. So these nations said, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears," meaning budget your money to invest in military, you know, to invest in nuclear weapons, you know, to invest in strengthening your defense, you know, or offense, if that's how you're going to go.
The defensive and also offensive spending has turned into a war. You know, that's a war that's been going on for a minute now. You know, these different countries, you know, doing what they can to spend a lot of money on war equipment. You know.
Yeah, like
it's a competition.
Yeah, and who was you know, you got
arms race.
Yeah, yep. Then you got these countries, you know, who's that? Russia, you know what I'm saying, buying all this goddamn oil. You know what I'm saying? Because look, Russia military always been strong.
Russia already got oil.
They already got oil.
Russia is the top producers of oil is Russia, Brazil, and the United States of America.
Venezuela.
Yeah, it's like Brazil and Venezuela. Actually, somebody do that.
Yeah, Venezuela.
Top countries that produce oil.
Yeah, Venezuela number 1.
Yeah, kind of. I think Russia is number 2.
Yeah.
But the top 3 or top 4 or 5 is like all I believe Edomites, if I'm not mistaken. You know, which that goes into the prophecy of Genesis 27. If they can read it.
Yeah, hey, even what's the dude name over in Venezuela? The leader?
Maduro.
Even him, I think he might too, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He know Jake. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he might be. I don't know.
Yeah,
man, I don't know.
They try to put him in there. What's the other guy?
Yeah, they trying to put Edomite in there. That's
he might be, you know, but still, man.
Not Maduro, but it's another guy that he started trying to.
Maduro had them had their ass ready to fight. They was ready to fight last year.
Yeah,
back down.
When Trump was in office,
the scripture say that he shall be small among the heathen, greatly despised.
When Trump was in office, he had sent some dogs at his head, and they ended up getting caught down there. Man. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. It says top 5 oil producing countries. The first one is Russia. The second one.
Oh, now they won. Damn, that I just pulled the statistic at camp in 2020. Venezuela was number 1. We was right there. You know what I'm saying? So you got it. That's big news, man.
Right, and that also goes to show if you did that, then that also goes to show how severe they were.
Because because like I said, their military always been strong, but the economy, you know, their economy is stronger now. You know what I'm saying? Which is when your economy is stronger now you can do different things. But when your that's why the horde did what she did. All economies is weak, so now she's able to stand in a certain way. But when other economies is becoming stronger, they don't gotta depend on you no more. Yeah, they don't gotta, you know what I'm saying, use them FRNs just to make deals, man. You know, that's why they got these currencies popping up all over the world now, man. You got it.
Yeah, it said the first one is Russia, the second one is Saudi Arabia, the third is the United States, and the fourth is Iran.
What's that source? Can you go back again, source?
Say something different right
What's the website?
Well, it just popped up on Google. It says sources across the web.
there? What y'all
All right,
got?
here goes a better here goes a better score. Well, this is Wikipedia. It says list of countries by oil production. It says actually I don't know how. This one says that the first one is the United States with 11 million. Oil
Oh, you know what it was? It was in the Western Hemisphere. Venezuela and Brazil combined has the most in the Western Hemisphere, not the world.
like the second one is Russia with 9 million oil production. It's 2024. Saudi Arabia 9 million oil production. Canada 4 million oil production. Iraq 4 million oil production. China at 3 million. Damn near 4 million. So
Yeah, so most of them is Edomite nations. So that's why when you go to Genesis 27 and verse Genesis chapter 27, verse 36, and he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me. For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He hath took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? It says, verse 37, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Yeah, so can you get that word in the blue letter, that word fatness in the Hebrew?
Hey, that shows you. But that shows you that in this blessing that Isaac gave, it was only meant to be 2 rulers on the earth.
Right.
The scriptures also say that time and chance happened to them all, which every ruler, every nation had a chance to rule. But why didn't they dominate as Esau? You know what I'm saying? And why is not the world going to be in subjection as Jacob? Because it was only supposed to be 2 rulers, 2 main players, man. One to represent each side, a righteous side and a wicked side. Just like when the scriptures say, I can't remember where it's at, where it say when dealing with the war, it don't give all the nations that's going to participate in the war. It says in its what it say in its companions, or roughly saying, talking about like China, you know what I'm saying, these different people that joint hand in hand with Russia and Iran, right? But you got it.
No, I said go to the blue letter and get the word fatness in the Hebrew.
okay. The blue letter for fatness says mashman. And Greek, it says mashman, and it says fatness, fat peace. Yeah, fat peace. It says fertile place, richly prepared food, fatness, oil.
Right, oil.
Yeah.
Right. So Esau was blessed with that oil because oil is one of the main richest resources on the planet Earth. Is oil. Just about damn near everything. You can't have an infrastructure without oil. So that's why Esau was able to build up this great kingdom, because he was blessed with fatness. He was blessed with oil. Okay. And it says that the dew of heaven from above, meaning Esau is everywhere. He's in every country, he's in every land, but Mount Seir. You know?
He took all the landmarks and placed himself there.
Oh, that is.
Go ahead, brother. Oh, was you done in that?
It's more. You know what I mean?
I hope that was just a really ugly woman.
No, that was a man. that was a nigga.
I hope that was a really ugly woman. That was John.
Yeah, what was say about? I think that's ERA standing for oil.
That's Brazil and Venezuela.
Right.
But it says
It says stout, vigorous. It says fertile spots or places. It says yeah. So Esau, which America is one of those fertile places, because America you get all type of environments here. You get rainforests, you got deserts, you got forests, you got plains. Anything that you any and everything that the Heavenly Father has created as far as what's what I'm looking for abundance. Yeah, habitation. All type of habitation is here. It's Yahawah, brother. But yeah, we know what you're talking about. Yeah, Jay get mad when you correct them, man. They got it. Yahweh. No, it's not. Yahweh.
They talk with so much conviction, like, yeah, I got it. And then they get mad.
Like, they get mad when you just say, no, it's Yahweh, bro. You know, if I say Yahweh and you say, no, it's Yahweh, I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to say, all right, bro, whatever you think. But, hey, you know the truth. Yeah, did it. That's like, he wanted to come back and, actually, I think that's a dude. He was over there the other night. I think, no, that wasn't that dude, but he was over there, though. He was one of the co-signers. For real? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was one of the co-signers. That's definitely him. But anyway, right. So heavy. Right. Possessed. Right. Where we at? That's it on that. Go back to Jeremiah. Oh, unless somebody got a precept.
What you somebody was just reading. Oh, okay, we can drop that. Well, yeah.
Go to Jeremiah. Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
What's up, man? I was go to 49. It's crazy. Oh, Jeremiah 49 and 25.
Jeremiah 49, 20, okay. Jeremiah 49, verse 12. But thou sayest the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup.
The cup is slavery.
Cup. Have assembly.
Surely.
Oh. Go out there. Have assuredly drunken and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished.
Yeah, so it's talking about Esau. It said that thus said the Lord, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, and thou that shall go unpunished, thou shalt not go unpunished, man. Esau is not gonna go unpunished. Just if Jake got punished, what makes Esau think that he's not gonna get punished? If we got our ass whooped and we went through slavery, what makes them think that they're not gonna feel the same thing?
All right, if YAHWASHI got punished,
right?
You got a son. You know what I mean?
You damn fool.
All right.
Read it again.
For thou saith the Lord.
But thus saith the Lord.
For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and thou he that shall altogether go unpunished, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that
is it Basra?
Oh, God. Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse.
Right. And where Basra goes into a city or town in Egypt. We in that city,
which was the capital.
Right. Right now.
And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
Right. Right. Like the brother said, this is the capital of Esau, Edom, America.
Right.
And all the cities in America is going to be a perpetual waste. Okay.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Right. So that's that cut that like the scripture say he thought that the Lord was altogether more like himself. So he boasted up in his liberties, and he forgot his cup. He forgot that he would have to drink of that bitterness. That he sowed.
Yes, it says in Ecclesiastes, it says you that that's because judgment was executed speedily. You know, it was in the hearts of sons of man to do iniquity, man. All the type of abominations, man. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, but it is a speed that the one day with Lord is a thousand years. You know, that's why this place moves so fast. We got fast food, fast ways, cooking. You know, that's why this place is solely based upon speed, man. You know, one, your desires coming to pass speedily, right? Because this is the speedy judgment. He just can't see it because he living in his lucky. This is the time of his lucky. You know, the word of time is blessing. You know, so yeah. Well, that was what I had read at second Ezra, chapter 16.
Yeah. I just try to pull it recorded. This is Psalms chapter 50, and I'm gonna start at 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh said, "Who hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee?" Yeah, because what the nations realize is that they can't have a true kingdom without the orders of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, like the setup of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's why you see every kingdom with the same setup, just in their own version. You see, because they try to mimic the things of the scriptures. So, but when they do that, though, they cast the truth behind them. You know what I'm saying? That's why they still swearing on the Bible. You know, they do that. Everybody somehow, some way, shape, or form celebrate. All their holidays come from the holy days. You know, in some way, shape, or form, the concept and the mindset that it comes from. It says, "Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou contendest with him and hast been partakers with adulteries. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and
that's what he's on the campaign to do right now. To slander the Israelites.
What's up, man? Nice leadership, guys. We reading the Bible. Hey, that's good. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself."
But if you're looking at history, no man's ruled longer than Esau. No nation has ruled longer than Esau.
Right.
So in his mind, he's puffed up.
Yep.
That's why when you read Ezekiel 28, I think it's 28, yeah, Ezekiel 28, it talks about how the Prince of Tyrus, which is Esau Edom, spiritually today, you know, he thought that he was a god, you know, but he's just a man.
Yeah, Apostle Tomorrow was going into that. One of the sons of Alexander told him he named himself Ptolemy Soter, which that word Soter goes into Savior, you know. And then they had another son. What was it?
They're not his sons. They was his friends.
What's the guy's name? Come back to me. His name. Caesar Borgia, you know. So they always been portraying themselves as gods, you know, powers, like Yahawah.
Yeah, who did you say? Alexander?
You started off saying Alexander?
Yeah. Totem.
No, you talking about, he said Alexander, we talking about,
yeah, that's
his friend.
Yeah, for the generals.
Yeah.
It says, "But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thy eyes."
This is what I was quoting. Ezekiel 28, verse 2. "Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith Yahweh, the Most High, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God." Yeah, so Esau, you're not a God, man. You can paint as many white Jesuses as you want, but that don't make you the Most High. That don't make you Yasha Allah, you know, a prince of the power. What's up, man? Go ahead.
Yeah, but the scriptures say that the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, you know, and this is because he boasted up in his country, like I mentioned. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 27. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 24. For riches are not forever, right? So he boasted up in his luxuries, but you know the riches, you know, the currencies and things of the flesh don't endure forever. know, the spirit endure forever. It says, what does that?
Wisdom. You say wisdom is immortal.
It says, for riches are not forever, and doeth the crown endure to every generation. That's why you had so many pause throughout the.
Sirach 10 and 4, because he read that. Read that again.
It says, for riches
You
are
an
not
Israelite,
forever.
brother? You ever heard that? You read the Bible? You don't? You Quran, huh?
The Quran don't tell you an Israelite, though. The Bible tell you that.
The Quran say that Israelites are the chosen people. Yeah, so, but we know because we scholars,
Second
man.
Surah 122.
Yeah.
Be careful what?
His brothers amongst you.
Well, it's angels amongst you.
Yeah, you're right.
Carrying with me everywhere I go.
No,
Well, you're looking at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you coming with a message, your message was false though. So you would be a left hand angel. Left hand, yeah. Go ahead.
It says, for riches.
I'm an Israelite. Yeah, I know that. But I read the Quran. The Quran don't teach you about the Israelites,
Right.
man.
They say they
Quran it's 2 verses about the Israelites in the Quran, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay. How do I read about this?
Right.
You know
How you think I got into the Bible? I was reading the Quran. Because I actually read. Niggas don't read, man. Niggas don't read the Quran. They just follow the Quran and they listen to Farrakhan. They don't actually open the book and read it. But I opened the shit and read it, and then a little bit into it, they talking about the Israelites. So I'm thinking, how do I find out about the Israelites? Led me to the Bible. You got it though.
Yeah, it says, the Proverbs at 27 verse 24. For riches are not forever, and will the crown endure to every generation.
Yeah, the crown don't endure to every generation. That's why brother quoted earlier, time and chance happened to them all. Every nation had their own time to rule. You got that figure? I think it's 10 and 8, maybe. Yeah, no, it's 8.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Hey, yeah, because currency don't die. Currency just transfers. Okay? So
yeah,
that's why.
So riches, and all right, the riches are forever. Yeah. But it don't stay in your possession forever.
Yep.
It moves from possessor to possessor.
Yep. Depends on who's ruling it.
Right.
How's it ruled.
Right.
And that's why what we're going to receive is going to be greater, because that's why the Lord said, cast your silver and your gold into the streets. Because they're not going to be able to save you. They're not going to mean nothing in that time, man. Not saying it devalues. I mean, it's going to devalue at the time, but it don't devalue in terms of its essence. You see what I'm saying? It's just going to be depreciated right then and there, because judgment has to go forth, man.
And like the brother said, the scriptures say that wisdom is immortal. You know, so all of these different kings, why? Because the scripture that we just read.
Why is wisdom immortal? Because wisdom is the breath and the power of YAHWASHI. It's the understanding that make everything move. That's why it's immortal. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 15. Righteousness is immortal. You see what I'm saying? So righteousness is YAHWASHI. YAHWASHI.
And like we just read in the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 24, that the crown does not endure to
You're going to have to lift your voice up so the camera can pick you up.
But the crown don't endure to every generation, because king after king has they gained these inheritances through haste fight, through war, but like the scriptures say, an inheritance gotten hastily, the end thereof shall not be blessed, so that's why every time the Lord YAHWASHI sent his men to prophesy upon these different kingdoms, the end of those prophecies don't be blessing these kingdoms.
Yeah, that's why he said that patience have its perfect work. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, this is the best way to get a kingdom, man. What we doing right here?
Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way. I was about to say that.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Yeah, unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Hey, gold and diamonds are not are made speedily, man. It's a process. It's pressure. You know what I'm saying? To make that essence more of its fullness and its manifestation.
Yeah, the elder said that everything of value is made through pressure.
Yeah.
Literally everything is made through pressure. Right.
You know?
Esau didn't want to go through that pressure.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you gotta get
Yeah, even babies.
Yup.
Yep. Put that pressure on your woman. Go ahead. Read that again.
Like, right. So 10 verse 8, because of a righteous dealing,
Right.
injury, and riches got by deceit.
And riches got by deceit, right? Fraud, you know. Scripture say in James, you know, it talks about the fraud of the rich man, which is Esau Edom. You know, their debt-based currency, their credit system, you know. Go ahead, I'll select right.
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right. So because of Esau's dealings with money, that's how the kingdom gonna get translated. Can you go to James 5? This is Proverbs 15 to match that. Proverbs 15, verse 6. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. So it's because of the revenues, which the revenues of the wicked is unrighteous dealings and riches got by deceit. That's their revenue. So therefore, the Lord's gonna bring trouble under them. You could think of Job, the 5th chapter. It was at the 12th verse. In 6 troubles he shall deliver thee, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So that's talking about that destruction. So Esau is gonna get that destruction because of the revenues that he has in his possession, which is riches got by deceit, unrighteous dealings. You got precept.
This is Proverbs 19. The point is a couple verses down. I'm gonna start at the top, so it's like it says, "Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity, that he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool."
Yeah, kind of. You know, like you might find you might find a wallet at work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's $20 in it. You know, and you like, damn. You know, you look at the wallet, it might be an Edomite or it might be a Jake. You know what I'm saying? You like, shit, man, I could use 20, man, but you end up just taking it to the lost and found. That's you keeping your integrity, man. You know?
Got it. It says,
because you know if you steal that shit, hey, Lord gonna jack your ass up, man.
Right.
You gonna end up losing $20. And you gonna end up getting, you know what I'm saying, lose your wallet.
Hey, Jake always feel that consciousness, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They either way they do it or they don't. They feel it, man.
Right.
That's why there's no excuse in that day. Your sins will be your own accusers.
Yeah, because I recently found a wallet with like $100 in it.
Ooh-wee.
Well, my hand was on fire. I was like, you know, I was like, man. Woo. And it was Edomite. I'm like, man, I still took it to the lost and found, man. I said, Allah, Yahawashi outside for allowing me to do that, man.
Hey, that's the spirit. Because why? The Lord brought him here today, and we brought this verse out. You understand? Showing you that he did the right thing. Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Showing you that, you know, it's all designed by the Most High, man. That's crazy, man. He made it manifest. It says also, verse 2, Proverbs 19:2, also that the soul be without knowledge. It's like it. Also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good, and he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. The foolish, what we just talked about earlier, the foolishness of man perverteth his way, and his heart frettereth against the Lord. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Right, that's why Esau is not going to be able to escape what he's trying to do. He know he's guilty.
Because the lie,
you know he's guilty.
right? Because the lie just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, you can't point that the total but yep.
You can't lie not only the truth forever because it was the truth all along.
Yep.
But lies gonna keep building and it's gonna keep getting questioned.
You got to keep that lie going.
Right.
You know, that's why it gets bigger. Right. It says many will entreat the favor.
That talk about that, right?
It says many will entreat the favor of the prince. Right. And in this case, it's Esau Edom. Right. So that's why Jake sell out. You know, they do what they do. You know, so they equate favor to the prince, right? Just to get what the prince got.
Talk about that.
Yeah, it says many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to persuade Jake, especially when you down. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I can give you this check. Oh shit, not Jake bugging out.
That's why this is the narrow path, you know, because hey, you know it's captivity. He put us out with a bunch of gifts.
Yeah, con. So like you said, a couple more. It says, all the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. and he that keepeth understanding shall find good. One more, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. So yeah, man, it's all about that wisdom, man. It's more precious than fine gold, man. You know.
Well, I'm gonna get another precept of wisdom. I got this one right here. This is for the Proverbs chapter 20, verse 21. It says, "An inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning." Right. So this is the beginning of inheritance. You know, when they brought us over in captivity. You know, it says, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. You know, it says, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. It goes on to say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait, right? Because the Yahawah shines about patience. That's why it's so big. We come into the best kingdom that will ever be, because it's Hebrews that is passing through, you know, these
yeah, your patience possesses your soul. You know what I'm saying? Everything is made through patience, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got it.
It says, say not thou, I will recompense evil, right? That hasty spirit.
Hey, wrath. Yeah, the Lord said when you look upon the things of the world, it's proof that he exists. You look at the water, I don't oversee the land. You look at the creation of man and woman in the womb. That's that patience, man. How everything is sculpted and moved. That's patience, man. Showing that the Lord is a man of understanding. That patience shows you have understanding. Patience shows that you have integrity. You know, patience shows that you understand what the hell is going on, man. You know, you're knowledgeable of what's being taking place, and so that you can properly receive the outcome. You understand? You got it.
That's the spirit. Because you gotta get patient, man. Because y'all about to be on time. It's long suffering. I mean, not only is he long suffering with us, but he himself is spirit. He got a spirit. He got an ancient spirit of long suffering. But then the Father was talking about how a woman, she pretty much a receiver of strength.
What's up? Right.
That's what I thought. That's what I said.
Yeah. Oh, that's the mark of the beast. That's the mark of the beast.
Jesus in our cards, but it's almost part classic.
Right. As long as you don't put it in your hand.
Right. No, you're not like.
Right.
Use my hand. I can do whatever I want.
Right. Because now it's a party.
Right.
So,
I know, man. I know. I swear, man. It's too beautiful, man. Yeah, man.
Hey, he walked up to Washington. Like,
you know you're gonna say it, right? Yeah. You know you're gonna say it.
Talking about no shit.
Whistle for yeah.
Just off of how he looks.
Right. Yeah, that's the danger, man.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
And that's how the Lord separating the true men and the opposers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what y'all ever seen Malibu's Most Wanted? And she said, when she came in, she saw him. She said, the one thing they hate is poses. He's like, I ain't posing. I got a posing. What he say? A posing hated degree. PhD. Hey, but he in the spirit, he moving like a Jake. That's what he is. But you know what I'm saying? But on the outside, he might trying to portray to be a Jake. You know what I'm saying? But that's how he was.
That's what this world put upon. Yeah, that's what the world puts upon the Gentiles, the spiritual God. Or the Gentiles feel like Gentiles in the flesh, but they in the spirit. You know, they have to walk like Esau, but they walk like the other nations, when they actually get in the spirit. You know, that's why this place is called Babel. But I was in the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, in verse 22. It says, "Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save you." Right? It says, "But wait on the Lord, and he shall save you." You know, ultimately, that's gonna be Yahawah's son to deliver the Yahawah's son. Yeah, I said Yahawah's son. I mean, Yahawah's son, Yahawah. You know, coming down to deliver up the kingdom.
I got a quick one real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 22 and 28. Remove. No, it's not. Let me start at 26. Be not thou one of them that strike hands, or of them that are sureties for debts. If thou hast nothing to pay, why should he take away thy bed from under thee? Showing you that Esau, he don't even have mercy upon the people, right? Isaiah 47, you still got that? Yeah, Isaiah 47.
got the eviction crisis.
Yeah, man. Like, this nigga has no mercy, man. What type of king is that, man? You know?
People being evicted, put on the street. Yeah. You know, having a movement with their family members.
Yeah, man.
You know, Read that again.
Yeah, because also, what's it called in the scripture? It's called gleaning. Right, when the rich would leave, they go out get their
They don't do that because when you work at a grocery store, you gotta throw away anything that's spoiled, defected. You just gotta throw it away.
Yep.
They all go to waste.
Yep.
Or you got a restaurant at the end of the night, what you do? You throw the food away.
Yep.
Some employees might be able to take it home, but you can't just take everything down the street to the homeless shelter or something.
Yep. So yeah, gleaning is a process that we would do. We would go out to the field and gather food that we needed, and then the rich, and then everything that was left, the poor would come and get. You know what I'm saying?
When you pick off the plants, anything that, let's say
fall,
I pick up anything that falls, you can't go back and pick it up off the ground.
Right.
Whatever falls is there. Yep. And that's left for the poor.
Yep. It said, let me get this one more time. This is Proverbs 22 and 27. If thou hast nothing to pay, why should he take away thy bed from under thee?
Meaning your dwelling place.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about to get into.
Or you in debt. You know what I'm saying? Esau coming, the IRS come and take everything.
Yep.
Your ass ain't got nothing but the clothes on your back.
Yep.
I had a house, I had a car.
Yep.
So I wasn't paying my taxes. So
Yeah.
Esau go crazy about them taxes, boy.
Yep. And you see what
Romans
Biden
went
said?
crazy about the taxes.
Yep. It's beautiful. Biden just said he's coming. What is it? It was an article. He said he's coming for the married couples. He's coming for the rich. He's about to raise all the taxes on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because they're never satisfied, man. They greedy, man. It says 28. Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. It says, remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men.
Yeah, this the business right here.
Exactly.
Exactly. This is the business that's gonna make us to stand before king.
Mm-hmm.
If you already standing before the king, because the kings of the earth they watch our elders and apostles.
Yep.
This book of 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse.
It's like I quoted. I meant Isaiah 14 when I was thinking about earlier, talking about I want Isaiah 47, but I quoted Isaiah 14 and 6. They rule the nations in wrath with a continuous stroke. That's what I was thinking about, showing no mercy. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 72. Because the brothers are going into how the IRS will take everything, your currency, and we're in the midst of a crisis where people is losing their currency or doing it.
You gotta remember, I'm talking to them. You gotta speak up with the camera.
It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So their currency is being in the midst of the currency of a lot of people being wasted, and their goods being taken away. It says, and cast them out of their houses, right? So this is the most, evictions ever in history. People dwelling places being taken away.
Isaiah 24.
This book Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 10. It says, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, and that no man may come in.
Yeah, so you got houses getting boarded up, businesses getting boarded up, because the city of confusion is being broken down by YAHWASHI, and it's only gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And it seems like it's a goddamn mass shooting every day. Another mass shooting today. Talking about 6 people, 7 people shot, 3 people dead. So they're about to push to take these guns from you gun owners, and that's gonna make these Edomites bug out. You're gonna have many wars here, many wars there, class wars, citizens versus police, citizens versus SWAT, seditions, right? Because go ahead.
Hey, Esau, he got his rules and regulations, right? So in some way, he got to make it seem like he follow those ways. So with that being said, he gotta plant things and make it happen so that he has a reason to go against his very own rules, which he's already going against anyways. Like the gun situation, he sent up false flags and all that. Just why? Because it's what now? What's the target? The Capitol building. That's an act of terrorist, man. Terrorism. The Capitol building getting hit. So what they got? So now look, now you got more of the National Guards being displayed more than ever. You know what I'm saying? They always on the scene now, man. Because now it's the nations, because what? It's progression So now they feel more comfortable that the National Guard here because they feel like they can handle the situation better. But that brings in the martial law issue because they more and more terrorist attacks happens, and then they have the group of people they blame, you know, which is why Vocab Malone and all these different people was trying to squeeze us in with the whole Islam movement, man. Well, what's the dude name? What's the nigga name? Him. What's the
Green X?
No, what's the dude name? NFC.
Grandmaster.
Yeah, that nigga, man. Grandmaster J.
That nigga went from rapping to
God damn.
leader of the new world.
God damn. Yeah, man. But it's like they not doing that to the chemical community, you know. They're not trying to bring them niggas down, you know. It's all about the Israelites, man. It's all about the people of this book, man, because it's the truth. You got it, all right. It's like it.
It's the second Ezra. This is the second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 71. Well, actually 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection." Insurrection, which that word insurrection, I got it at the bottom right now. It says uprising against civil authority. Right? It says an uprising against civil authority. It says for there. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 7. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection."
Hey, that word insurrection, going into what? Yeah, bring it up. Shalom. Going into an angry uprising, man. You know.
This is etymology for the word insurrection.
Right.
It says an uprising against civil authority.
Yep. Against civil authority. Now the people got the power in their own hands, man. You know, they're their own government in a sense. You know what I'm saying? You got these movies that show you that underground people, they be underground, they be having their own movement, trains and shit. Like not trains, little trains, but like trains of money, trains of information. You know, everybody moving underground now. They're not depending on the system as much, man. Which is why Esau trying to push them stimulus checks to draw your ass back. Like, hold on, we got the money. Where you gonna get money from? We got the banks. So hold on, let me show you this little bone. Bring your ass back. You know what I'm saying? We good. Go ahead.
This is for the second Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 14. "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." It says,
meaning destruction, death to the inhabitants of the land, man.
It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth not, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right. So when they come to them guns, them Edomites not about to fight and try to push a bill where they can go into your house and seize your guns without a warrant. Come on, man. Even if the bill, this is the bill passed alone, you're gonna have sedition and insurrection.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Let alone when they try to actually apply the bill and act it out.
Yep.
You know, it's gonna be bloodshed, man. Yep. You know.
It says,
hey, it's like it. That law they passed in Ohio, is that anywhere else? The stand your ground law in the House, Florida, and that's the only two. That's why
George them in the law.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's probably in other states, but them are the only two I know.
Okay, because the reason why I asked is because
like they just type in stand your ground states.
Yeah, I ain't got my The reason why I asked is because you know, these little governments that they have in the states are just test zones. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how many stories I didn't just read over the past month or two about that law, and these people was walking away. I could just easily say I had self-defense and just kill you for no reason.
All they gotta do is be in front of you.
Yeah.
In front of you. Yeah. If you can't shoot them in the back, but if you shoot them in the front, you can lie to anything.
Yeah, that's what the cops do. They say they feel threatened, so they shoot you. But it wasn't no cause for you to even do that.
It's 37 states.
That got that?
Yeah. Ooh, 37 states with the stand your ground law. It says 37 states are stand your ground states. 29 by statutes, providing that there is no duty to retreat from an attacker in any place in which one is lawfully present. So as long as you have a right to be there, you know, you don't have to flee from your attacker. You can stand your ground. and put a cap in their ass.
Man, that's
It
crazy.
says Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Ohio, effective April 6, 2021, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania,
Wow.
South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, Wyoming, Puerto Rico also.
Hey, what that means is what? That is that they improved them. They tested it and they was like they liked it, so they pushed it to more states. That's what that did. That proved that their system is working.
Because you know the majority of the people that use that law is Edomites. It's not Jake. You know,
Yep.
it's Edomites who that have their right to bear arms.
Yep.
You know,
Do what thou will.
right?
You know.
Yeah. You know. So, go ahead. Check out 15, 16.
It says, for there shall be sedition among men.
Right. Sedition, same thing as insurrection, basically, which is an uprising against the authority of government. You got it.
And invading one another.
Invading one another. Okay. If they pass that bill to run up in your house without a warrant and seize your guns, that's further the prophecy of that being fulfilled.
Yeah, lawlessness.
Right.
Yeah, January 6th.
Yeah, that's gonna be the pinnacle of that. The lawlessness.
When they invaded the capital, that could be considered as a prophecy according to this precept right here.
Right. Yep.
You know?
Read that again.
It says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Not giving a damn what they say.
Yeah.
That's why they march.
Right.
They protest. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really supposed to protest in the street like that, man. Because that's so. Well, if you're a true king, the servants don't protest against you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You don't have no power then. That's how the order. So they, you know what I'm saying? Showing you that this kingdom is full of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? We laugh at this. That's why the Lord's gonna laugh at everything that happens, man. You know? He laughing now, man. It's like
it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, because the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to say, shit, we ain't got nothing to lose, man. You know, he's gonna put that fire in them, that inspiration.
Yeah, that's how these Edomites feel. You know, they're starting to feel like we have nothing to lose, like you said, because they're all of their rights, the constitutional rights, are being diminished. You know, and it's turning into a communist society.
You know? It's been that way. Esau just been scared to chip at it like a real king's supposed to be. You know, you scared to get at it and to get in there and change it. He can chip at it here and there.
no, that's because that nigga know exactly what's going on.
Right.
Everything maps out, man. You know, see the thing is that when he puts certain stuff, it might not go exactly how you plan because the Lord's showing him that he's not in control. You know what I'm saying? He only allowing him to get so far, as the scriptures say. Hey, bud. I thought it was a phone. No.
That's why he got one.
And he gonna light this bitch on fire, man. You know, it's about to be a big smoke going up in there. You know.
Hey, what is on the pack? A camel. So this place gonna be a desert.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah, man. That's beautiful. Hey, the Lord is beautiful, man.
Yeah, we had one of the guys. We had somebody say, either these people, you know, we either gonna receive a lot of shade, or we gonna receive a lot of applause because these people, they gonna when you start pushing the vaccine, you know, they gonna either say no, or they gonna, you know, they gonna end up saying yes. You know, so that's just gonna show that it's not their power. You know,
Yeah, right.
Put the spirit on people to say no again.
Yeah, right.
They ain't got no power over it.
Right.
Isaiah 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
And he ride upon that swift cloud, them chariots. He going to that swift clouds, them chariots, just like he did in Wisdom Solomon 18 in the first Egypt. He came on that swift cloud, you know, into a land of destruction. He leaped down from his royal throne to bring judgment, man. That's what the Lord about to do again, man. He about to bring judgment in the second Egypt. That's why you see like Isaiah 47, Born into the Chaldees. The Chaldees is the wise man, in the ancient world, man. The modern day wise men are Esau, Edom. Okay, his new system, or his new formation of a system.
Verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Right.
They shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom.
Right.
That's proof that, the Egypt is the whole inhabited world, the whole system that Esau has.
Right, exactly. And see, they can't understand that. Because you got to understand that, because his system is not just in America. His system is pushed abroad. You know what I'm saying? But Jacob think like, well, you got to understand his system covers a broad scale.
More proof of that is in Deuteronomy 28:68.
Exactly.
Wherever the folks drop the Israelites off, that's Egypt.
That's where the system at.
That's Egypt.
That's Egypt. Right. See that when we say Egypt, they just America. No, bro.
You gotta remember what Egypt means. Egypt means bondage.
Come on,
so
man.
anywhere where you're bound by paperwork, you got
Social
the birth
security,
certificate, Social Security, those are bonds.
Contracts,
right?
Con means it's a con. You going into that word contract. Con is like you con somebody track. It's like your life.
Con means with.
Yeah, but I know. But in contract, it's a different intonation. Whatever I have to say. Yeah, con like going like
it means with, right? Because you combine it.
Right, you combining it, and then the track part is dealing with the signature and the life part of it. Yeah, it's basically like you signing your life up. You signing your life up in a sense. A signature.
It's this book Isaiah, chapter 33, and verse 14. It says, "The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burning?" Right? Yeah, come. It says it says fearfulness has devoured the hypocrites. And also going into how once again how he doesn't really have control over the spirits that dwell in his kingdom. The Lord gonna put the spirit on whatsoever he desires, and he is fearful of that. At the same time, that's why the scripture say, the name of the Lord is dreadful among the evil. It says,
It's the etymology of contract from the late 14th century to draw into a small compass, become smaller or shrink, right? Because by a contract, your rights are diminished. It says to make an agreement, enter into a contract, agree, or establish to undertake mutually. It says from the Latin contractus, past particularly contractere, to draw several objects together, draw in, shorten, lessen, a bridge, right? So, like you said, your rights are lessened or diminished through contracts, through birth certificate, through Social Security, through driver's license. These are all contracts.
Yeah, that's why I said con. They con you out. They con you. You couldn't, like you said, you become lesser to the individual that what's the word? Distributed the contract.
Right.
This is what I want you to do.
Yes. It says make a bargain, make an agreement from assimilated form of com with together. Trahir, to draw, which that's the meaning of tract, to draw, and con, which means with or together.
Right.
So to draw together, to draw with, to merge you with the system.
Yep.
Yeah, I got one. This book of Jeremiah.
And when do that contract get pushed? It get pushed when you are born into the world. When you're born, they take the baby's foot and they put the baby's foot in ink and put it on paper. That's the soul, right? It's showing you that you in symbolic for you signing your soul over to the devil, man. To your parents. Right now, parents going to the word parent, it just means a pair that rents, in a sense. Pair rent, right? It's a group of people, a man and a woman that rents. and the renting would be the children. All right, from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but ultimately, in a sense, on a low level of things, Esau Edom.
So, because you don't actually own your children.
Exactly.
That's how Esau can tell you what to do with your children.
Exactly.
If you don't send your kids to school, what's gonna happen? You're gonna lose them. And who's demanding you to do this? Esau Edom.
And in order for them to go to school, they gotta be vaccinated. Right. They can't go to no school system without being vaccinated.
Yeah. Or you can write a note, but I mean they about to do away with that.
This book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 8. It says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck." There's gonna come a time to where the only time you can keep that contract is if you take the chill. You know, so the Lord is gonna, He gonna put the spirit on a certain amount of men not to deal with that contract until that time comes. You know, and that bond is that contract is gonna be broken.
Yeah, when the Lord deliver us.
Right. It says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of thee." You know, so hey, we are strangers in this strange land. You know, but those, Lord willing, we be those men, we are strangers that's not gonna no more serve themselves of them. You know, because those bonds is gonna be broken. It says, "But they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them."
Showing you that that's cheaper than the Lord to deliver us. When he sets us up as a king over all nations underneath the outside King David. Outside 12. Outside King David 12. And then 144,000.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Right, so that goes into your spoiling. How you bound in all these contracts, it makes you a homeborn slave from birth. You was a homeborn slave from birth, man.
And we are naturally people of obedience in a sense. That's why the Lord judges like he did, because we rebelled and we went against our natural natures. Right. So when we got a contract presented before us, our natural state is to obey what's written in that contract. You see, so that's why Gad was bedazzled, bamboozled by so many goddamn contracts, because it's in their spirit to try to follow what's being presented to them, what they agree upon. You see, we're natural people of obedience, but that's why the Lord is telling you that to come back to who you once were. Now we're coming back to that obedient state that we once had when we had our power right next to us, man. You got it.
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 28. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beast of the land devour them.
Read that one more time.
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 28. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen.
Yeah, we're not gonna be a prey to the heathen no more, man. They hunt us down like they in the field, man. Because this is the field. The earth is the harvest, the earth is the field, and they the hunters, man. But the Lord said he's gonna make us the hunters, man. Because right now we're the fishers, right? We're the humble, we're the ones patiently doing this and that. Okay, but then he's gonna turn us to those beasts, those one that a beast, they don't give a damn. They go out and get it. Basically, it's the point. They go get what they're going out to get. Yeah, cunning. Skillful. Yeah, you got it.
Continuing on, it says, neither shall the beast of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid.
That beast is that little horn. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say?
The other nation.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 12 and 9 it said that Israel is a speckled bird. The birds that are around about her, you see, Most High compares man to animal. Right. You're an Israelite, man.
You gotta repent, brother. Repent. Yeah, I know.
Verse 30. And I will raise up for them a plant.
Pork hot dog.
Yeah, right. Right.
Okay. All right, brother. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't want to touch that. Yeah. I thought it was mixed meat.
Yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 29, and I will raise up to them a plague of the ground, and there shall be no more consumed with hunger in the land, neither bear the shame of the heathen anymore. And that plague, Isaiah 11:1. It's talking about Yahawah. It's like Isaiah 11:1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his root, and the spirit of Yahawah shall rest upon him.
Where you read from?
Isaiah 11:11. And the spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge, and the fear of Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. He is wisdom, he's the volume of the book, and according to Matthew 1:21, he is our Savior of the living. And his name being a Nomen Omen, a name prophet. Continuing on in verse 29 in Ezekiel, it says, and they shall be no more consumed with hunger in the land, neither bear the shame of the heathen anymore. Because due to the curses of Deuteronomy 28, and Esau, Edom being the adversary that he is, he's a worthy opponent. That was an opponent given to us, when the foundation of the earth was established. When the story was made, when the script was written, and he got the cast together, he had an antagonist and protagonist, good and evil, and we got supporting roles, but it's mainly Esau versus Jacob. Verse 30 says, thus shall they know that I, Yahawah, their power, and with them, right, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people, saith the Lord God. And ye my flock of my pasture are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. So, this is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 17. It says, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds. All those like the brother that mentioned, Deuteronomy chapter 28, my words, even unto this day, he still look at Jake as just a nigga. I was doing some work, and I was delivering some packages, and one of the Edomites gonna tell me, you be good. Like I was just out there robbing people or something, But that's corny, but it's still that just goes to show that the curse still applies to the day.
It's going to apply to
right.
salvation.
Right. That's right here in verse 24. I'm gonna keep reading though. It says, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
Yeah, the wounds are us not being in our glorified state, right. Our identity. You know what I'm saying? Because our identity comes with a name, a heritage, a culture, a language, our power, the way of life, the way we eat. It goes into everything, and everything we are is everything what the world is supposed to be. You see, so our health. You know what I'm saying? When we oppose life, we oppose naturally we're healthy. So the earth, if we're not healthy, the earth's not healthy. You got it. Yeah, man.
It says in verse 18, that said the Lord,
right, come.
Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents,
right,
and have mercy on his dwelling places,
right,
and the city shall be built upon her own. That's Christian Bible.
16:11. You know you're an Israelite? You ever heard somebody say you're an Israelite? You're an Israelite?
I heard you, right?
Yeah, you ain't studied? You gotta research. Well, why? Well, they had you in slavery, the Muslims.
Yeah, everybody was slavery.
Hold on. I'm trying to explain something to you. So, oh, you ain't got time? All right, bro. Hey, this might be your last chance. Go ahead, all right.
It says, thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents.
I said, why? You a Muslim? Why? No answer. They don't have no good reason to follow in these other false ways. Oh, because the right answer would have been because that's my heritage. That's my people.
Right.
We always been Muslim. This is my custom. You know what I'm saying? No, you're never gonna hear that.
Right.
about the other so-called books, but it's not really like they believe in it like that. It's really more of a title. They just trying to have something to believe on to.
Yeah, right. Hey, and the only ones that really kind of almost do that though is the Kemet community. You know what I'm saying? They the only ones out of all the ones that hold to something different. Is the only ones that be like, yeah, because it's more culture and stuff. But they still going off though. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why they could say that in a sense is because our people was all through. We was pharaohs. We was all type of stuff, man. You know? Yeah, man. So that's another lesson, another story for another day. They gonna say, what? Edomites was pharaoh? What are you talking about? Yeah, you better research, man. Hey, that's why they still uphold to it. Like in their court systems, they wear them wigs.
Right. That's why they can make movies about. Now they be going off because they put themselves all the way back, way back.
Right.
But around the time Alexander and them, there was Edomite pharaohs.
Right. And I think that was Alexander mentioned. Yeah, said let us rebuild the desolate cities in Egypt.
No, you said what? That's not in the scripture.
Okay,
well, maybe it's other type of secular.
Yeah, I remember Apostle Gabar had breaking down something. He had mentioned how one of the kings, the Edomite kings, was pretty much going into.
He built a city called Alexandria. That's in Egypt.
Yeah, they was going in. They was going in trying to, you know what I'm saying, do that on a low degree. But they wasn't. It would be still standing today. Which is not.
Well, they got the obelisks and stuff like that, but it's not like on that level.
Right. So that the land is cursed in a sense, man.
But it says, and out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry, and I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. That's why the scripture say, the young shall become many. It says, I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small.
So Jeremiah 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to verse 24.
Yes, go to 23. Okay,
God. It says, behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury.
The whirlwind is the chariots, like we read earlier in Isaiah 19, Wisdom of Solomon 18. That whirlwind is the chariots, man. That's why you're seeing more and more day by day. And they doing more miraculous things than the world has ever seen. Coming in packs, looking like fireworks, traveling, you know what I mean? Disappearing, exploding, whatever. Not exploding but like the sky look like it's exploding from all that, man. That's the Lord's handiwork, man. Yeah, he's showing wonders in the skies, man. So that whirlwind, the Lord's coming with that fathership, like on Independence Day, right? Right, you got it.
It says, behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goes forth with fury, a continual whirlwind.
Hey, he not coming to play. You know what I'm saying? That continual whirlwind, right? That curse on the earth, like you say. You know what I'm saying? It's going to really show itself, man. The it I'm talking about is the chariots. And who I'm talking about is YAHAWASHI, man. Right? Go ahead.
It shall fall with pain.
With pain upon what?
Upon the head of the wicked.
Upon the head of the wicked. The head being these elites, man. Okay, and their structure. Okay, their image. Right? Because when you get real quick, can you get Psalms 73 and 20?
No, the whirlwind of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, shall go forth with fury, a continual whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked.
Right, it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. You got it.
Once the onslaught, if Esau started, it ain't gonna stop. Right. That's why I said continual whirlwind.
Yep. That's why I said
not gonna let up.
Yep. That's why I said 1 hour should all be destroyed. Right. No breaks. Like they give us breaks.
Said in Isaiah 14 that none shall hinder thee. Yep.
Yeah, Isaiah 14:6.
Right.
Psalm chapter 73, verse 20. As a dream when one awakens, so, O Lord, when thou awakens, thou shalt despise their image.
That's what the Lord's doing. While that's saying that means his men has been woke. Because we're his voice. You know what I'm saying? We're the messengers. You know what I'm saying? And he awoke us out of our slumber. You know what I'm saying? We're not sleepwalking no more. So now we realize what our problem was, and we just read Jeremiah 30 that the Lord said he was going to heal us. This is the healing process. Because if you're an addict, before you're healed, you got to go through the classes. You got to go through different stages before you consider healed. We're going through the stages right now. You know what I'm saying? We're making our bodies a living sacrifice. We're going through the classes. We're learning. We're studying. So then now we can say, oh, we're finally healed when we get that new bodies, man. You know, being transformed. You know what I'm saying? You got Isaiah. Grab that. Oh, Isaiah 14:6. I thought this was going to grab.
Psalm chapter 73, verse 20. As a tree when one awakens, so, O Lord, when thou awaken, thou shalt despise their image.
Yeah, going back to the other Lord until I kept silent. Right. And thou thought that I was altogether of one of such as thyself, or whatever. You know? So the Lord, he's gonna wake up and he's gonna despise this image. The image is this man's system. And the Slaki is the philosophies of this man's system. But the beast is the actual system. You know?
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and 6.
To say that Esau curved. You know, smoking cigarette, face all beat up. You know what I'm saying? His clothes, the infrastructure is run down, his clothes all dirty. You know, that's Esau.
His countenance is weak, man.
Right.
Beautiful. This is Isaiah 14 and 6. Now I'll start at 5. Just go with the better point. It says, YAHWASHI have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. That was an example of that. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked, his strength, his power structure. Right. The Lord has dismantled what he stand by. Okay, where he uphold himself as. You know, it says, he who smote the people in wrath with the continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. You know, nobody's having pity on Esau, man. You know, that in Revelation 18, it say the nations saw from afar the fall of Babylon the Great, man. You know, every nation should return to its own. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you see here today. You're like, oh damn, I can't really do nothing in America. I can't uphold to my custom ways. The Lord is placing the spirits back on the nations, like He's doing with the Armenians. You know what I'm saying?
The nations is gonna be too busy trying to protect their own land.
Exactly.
On the chariots then to protect America.
Exactly.
When they realize that the chariots just came to mainly destroy America, they're not gonna. You think they're gonna come and try to save America? Exactly. When they realize that the chariots ain't coming. Chariots not coming for Bangladesh and you know what I'm saying, Madagascar. They're not about to be South Africa. No, they're gonna be like, all right, well, shit, let's watch, man. You know, that's shit I could do. Yep. You know, and China might cry. You know, people in billionaires in China gonna weep. You know, Japan. You know, the Philippines and all these various random countries. They're gonna be watching it, but they're not gonna. They're gonna not gonna try to hinder Yahawashi and the angels, man. Nope. They're gonna realize that they're not the target. Yep. You got. It's like if it's a dog. Everybody start running. And you realize that the dog is actually chasing, you know, only one individual, you're gonna be like, shit, I don't know what he gonna do, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's only gonna be one instance where they try to, you know, second is 13. Exactly, you know. Let's back you up real quick. This is Revelation 18. The point is that I want is in 10, but I'm gonna start at 9. It says, no, I'm gonna start at 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is YAHWASHI who judgeth her. And that's what we read in Jeremiah 30. He's coming with that whirlwind to perform the intent. Did you finish that? I don't think you finished it. To perform the intent of her heart, of his heart. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment. Like we said, they looking from afar because the fear that, of her torment, what the Lord is actually doing to this place. So they like, hold on, now we gotta, you know, it's better for us to pull out, you know what I'm saying, and go establish our own little thing, you know what I'm saying, because we continue to smash this whole, you know, because she getting a little bit too wild, you know what I mean? She gonna realize that this is it. This is the end of their rulership. There's nothing else you can get out of it. Yep. Yahawashi is gonna take their crown. Yep. And that's it. Once they see America burning, they're gonna realize they're gonna be in fear because they're gonna realize that they're about to go into servitude. They're about to go into slavery. Yep. And the Israelites about to be established, that they're gonna be like, damn, we're actually living to see it. Yep. We're actually living to see it. He actually came back. You know, he's actually doing what was written in the book. Yep. You know, and they're gonna realize that shit. That's it, man. Once America goes, everything else is gone.
Yep. That's why I say it was astonished. They looked at they was with great amazement, man. Because the nation's gonna be amazed too. Like everybody's gonna be amazed at Yahawah's return, man. Every eye shall see, like it says in Revelation 1, man.
See that smoke, man.
Ooh, shit.
Can you imagine seeing smoke that's all on the other side of the world?
And right, and you see it
because the pillar gonna be that hot.
Yep. Hey, prime example.
My what is it? 3,000 square feet from east to west, 2,000 square miles, not feet. 2,000 square miles from north to south. So this whole entire country is gonna be trouble with missiles, man. That's over 300. I don't know how many miles, but you know, however many hundreds of miles of smoke, man.
Yeah, that's why the like the apostles always say. I mean, classic clips. Hey, not the revolution, but the fall of Babylon will be televised, man. Because every nation gonna be able to see it, man.
Yeah, one more point too. Like Apostle say, anybody that's on American soil, whether they in a bunker or not, they gonna perish. Yep. Because when you come, let's say they came out the bunker after the missile destruction. Yep. It's gonna be so much radiation, so much smoke. Yep. Ain't gonna be nowhere. The scripture said the smoke went up forever. Yep. Meaning for years and years and decades. The smoke is gonna go up.
And that's why you can say it was gonna be desolate. Ain't nothing gonna be able to grow here.
Right.
You know? Ain't no vegetation, ain't no life gonna be able to stay here, man. Except the wild beasts after so many years, man. Like it says in Isaiah 13. It says, verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, Babel, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
It says, book of Proverbs 30 and verse 15. The horse leech have 2 daughters crying, give. There are 3 things that are never satisfied. Yet 4 things say not, it is enough. The grave, the barren womb, the earth that is not filled with water, and the fire that saith not, it is enough. You know, so the Lord is going to send them fires that say not, it is enough. That, hey, man, it's going to be like a innumerable business when ice when Yahawashi come back. You know, and it's going to devour the whole land. It's not going to stop at Cleveland or, stop at New York. You know what I mean? It's going to do the whole thing, in 1 hour. It says, go back to the book of Jeremiah to the 30, and I'm going to read verse
Revelation 17. Revelation chapter 18 and verse. Oh, all right, Revelation chapter 18 and verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. Right, so Babylon's going to be destroyed with violence, man. That's what we about to read right there. It says it shall come down with pain upon the head of the wicked. This is going to be punishment, a pummeling, you know what I'm saying? A beat down, with violence, man. Ain't gonna be no peaceful, peaceful end of Babylon, man.
This is the book of Jeremiah to the 30. Verse 23. It says, and ye shall behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury. A continual whirlwind, it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked.
Hey, Revelation 16 said the seventh angel poured out his vial upon the earth to scorch men with fire. You know what I'm saying? That's that pain, man. He's bringing full wrath, man. Full wrath. Every way the Lord he judges, he's bringing it to the destruction of the mighty, man. That's heavy, man.
And it's great force.
I got one real quick. This is because you're not done in that, right? Yeah, real quick. Yeah, this is Proverbs 21 and 24. Proud and haughty scorner is his name, who dealeth in proud wrath. You know, and Esau deals in proud wrath. You know what I'm saying? Like we read in Isaiah 14 and 6. It says, the desire of the slothful killeth him, for his hands refuse to labor. He coveteth greedily all the day long, but the righteous giveth and spareth not. Right, because he's never satisfied. It says, the sacrifice of the wicked is abomination. How much more when he bringeth it with a wicked mind? A false witness shall perish, but the man that heareth speaketh constantly. A wicked man hardeneth his face, but as for the upright, he directeth his way. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. So it said again, the horse is prepared against the day of battle. That power is already prepared for the day of battle. That horse represents power. So it's at its full force, the Lord is going to bring, is already prepared for that great day. You got it.
Right. Chapter 35, verse 18. For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he has smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepters of the unrighteous, till he have rendered to every man according to his deed, and to the works of men according to their devices, till he have judged the cause of his people, and made them to rejoice in his mercy. Mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction, as clouds of rain in the time of drought. So the Lord said that it's just. For baby God, if a whole nation is taken down within a half hour, like, no matter what, it was all sanctioned from the beginning, and the Lord will execute righteous judgment. So, right, chapter 35, verse 18, it says, for the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them. So
the mighty are the angels. And the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, which is the destruction of this country.
It says, till he has smitten asunder the loins of the unmerciful.
So he has smitten asunder the loins of the unmerciful. This is James, hold that. James chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment. So mercy is going to rejoice against judgment, as the scripture is about to say. Read it again.
For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he has. He said, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten and sundered the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud.
The unmerciful is talking about the Edomites.
Right.
Scripture saying Hosea, he have cast off all pity. Old as hell, but you know what I'm saying? Walking back and forth on the street.
Yep.
But we, but we wrong.
Yep.
We fools. That's the third time walking past, shaking his head softly. Like, come on, bro. Go ahead, dog.
Till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of unrighteousness.
The scepter of unrighteousness meaning the power of Esau Edom. The rulership of Esau Edom.
Till he have rendered according to every man according to his deed.
Right? So Esau gonna get that cup.
Exactly. Verse 18, double to her. Right. We want her double.
And to the works of men according to their devices.
The word device in the Hebrew means a wicked plan. So all the wicked plan that Esau had, Scripture says we shall meditate terror. Woo! Yep. We're gonna have righteous evil plans.
You're right.
What I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
Says till he have judged the cause of his people and made them to rejoice in his mercy.
Yeah, when that's what we just read. Mercy rejoices against, judgment.
James 2 and 13. For he shall judge them without mercy. They have shown no mercy. And mercy rejoices against judgment. Yeah, so mercy will rejoice against judgment. When mercy sees the mercy that's going to be bestowed upon the elect, when they see the judgment, they're going to rejoice against mercy. I mean, they're going to rejoice against judgment. Proverbs 21, verse 13. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. Yeah, he said the wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous. You know, but they're gonna be given for a ransom, man. You know, read that one time about the Proverbs 21, verse 18. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright.
And he said a wicked should be a ransom for the righteous. Right. The Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, man. You know, that's that ransom, man. You got it.
It's gonna be an even exchange.
Well, yep.
Lord gonna destroy hundreds of millions of people for 144,000.
Yep.
Showing you that they wasn't worth shit.
Yep. What? Yep.
The scripture say, "Let the multitude perish that was born in vain."
Yep.
You know, these people, they have no value. What value do they have? If you're not in the knowledge of YAHWASHI, if you haven't given you that mercy, you're basically the walking dead.
Yep.
You're in the congregation of the dead.
Yep.
You're dumb, like Paul said. Your lifestyle is dumb.
Yep. And it's that lighter fuel. So we putting lighter fuel on you, and the Lord gonna bring the fire, start the fire.
Right.
You know, the scriptures that lighter fuel, man.
I got one. This is book of Amos, chapter 1, and verse 9. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahawah for 3 transgressions and tyrants, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they deliver up the
Skips.
It's like, no, that's the wrong precept. Okay, verse 11. Okay, yeah, God, verse 11. It's like, this is book of Amos, chapter 1, and verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, Yahawah for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever."
So this nigga never gonna change. He ain't never gonna change. I mean, no matter how Jake put it, he never gonna change because he's meant to be what he is, man. And that's hard for Jake to understand, man. Why can't you just accept that the damn motherfucking bicycle is a bicycle and not a damn a vehicle? Why you can't accept that? But you want to ride your bike in the winter and shit like it's your truck and shit. Attach a shovel to the front of your bike and try to shovel the driveway. No, it can't do what the vehicle can do because it's not meant to. Man.
They can actually understand that though. That's the thing. That's the irony of it. They can understand that a bike is not a car. That's why they don't take their bike on the freeway.
Right.
But the Lord said that if you can't understand earthly, because really this thing with Esau and how he's the wicked and how he's always gonna be the wicked, that's an earthly thing.
Yep.
You're supposed to be able to understand that.
Earthly thing, right?
So the Lord, like, if I can't tell you earthly things, then why would I tell you heavenly things? How you gonna get heavenly things? If you don't know 2 + 2, how you gonna learn algebra?
Yeah.
So you know, you stop at the surface.
Yeah. It's levels, man.
Try to raise up E to be a king or something. You know what I mean?
Sound like they stirring up the pot. Mighty. You got it.
Right. This book is like, right? Chapter 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go proudly, yet take good heed and beware of him.
It's all right, bud.
Yeah.
Come on, bud. You know what I'm saying? Like some pedophile, man. Like with some damn, you know what I'm saying? Joel Osteen, man. They always come in that spirit, man.
That spirit of the serpent.
Yeah, man.
It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
Yep.
And thou shalt know that his breasts have not been altogether wiped away. You know, so his breast Esau's breast ain't altogether wiped away, like he portrayed. You know, like he humbled himself.
Proverbs. You keep going, let's start 12 in a second.
Proverbs 26, verse 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and led up the seat within heaven.
When he was afraid to tell us, the serpent. So that he that hated, who's that hated him? So hate his brother Jacob.
Right. As soon as he is born, he speak lies. He's born to speak lies, like you said. Wicked is strange from the womb.
Verse 25, when he speaketh fair, believe him not.
Hey, what he says? What? Speaking what?
When he speaketh fair,
He's speaking fair with peace, right? By peace, he should destroy many. You got it. Shit, all the tribes, man. Constantly, man.
I got that right here. Psalms 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of the serpent, of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ears, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely.
First Maccabees 1 and 30, 1 and 29. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent chief collector of tribute unto the city of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, his army, and spake peaceable words unto them. But all was deceit, for when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel.
This book of Sirach, 12, set him not. It says, set him not by thee. Martin Luther King had that dream, man. The white boys, white girl. That's hey, he said it not by thee, man. That's the way we did it. The guys over there, even down to the camp, man. So mighty, this, right? But then you got that 501c3 setting Esau by you, man. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit in thy right hand. Right? It says, lest he seek, right? Because, hey, man, like one of the brothers had read, no, he say peace and safety. What it say? Basically, he get on peace covenants, but then the end of his word. Like I have mentioned, he came again, with those contracts. You sign this, you sign that, right? The piece, this piece, that. But then he ain't showing what's actually in them contracts, which is war. Right? Plan a contract. This is said him not by same thing with the 501 contract. Same thing with any contract that he holds, right?
So that he the devil, diablos, deceiver, man. Everything he do is deceptive. Right. His smile, his plans, his contracts, like they're going to do, way of life, his thought, his speech, all everything, man. Deceptive. You know what I'm saying?
It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Either, hey, beautiful, man. All the examples we were just naming, he stand in your place after you set by him. Whether it be the 501c3, that's in your place, because now you can't even expand the truth.
The main one being HALALYAM.
I wonder that nigga really got popped. God damn.
The main man being HALALYAM. He set himself up in YAHAWASHI place.
Right. It says,
David. I mean, anybody, man.
They all both open the book of the law.
Anybody, man.
What a heathen.
Let's play. That's another great. It's set up foundation. It's literally standing on top of what our people had before. It says either let him sit at thy right hand, lest he take away thy seat.
Your right hand is symbolizing your power, your understanding. The right hand of Yahweh is YAHAWASHI. You know what I'm saying? He comes instead. So you put Esau on your right hand, like what do you got left, man? You ain't got nothing left. But confusion. Because now you got the left hand on the right hand. That's why the Lord said, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, because it's its own state. It's its own thing. It happened to be our right hand symbolizing structure and power. That's why it says in Psalms 144:8, the right hand, his right hand, he speaks vanity, his right hand is falsehood. Because his power structure is deceit. You see? You got it.
It says, and thou at the last, it says, unless he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words. Beautiful. It's a piece of link up with this too. It says, and be prick therewith. Hey, and when you go to the book of Proverbs, you go to
Because they're gonna be pricked by our words, the words of the prophet. Starting with the elders and apostles, great millstone. They're gonna be pricked when all hell break loose. You know, when the society breaks down completely, when the chip is made mandatory, they're gonna be pricked in the heart by our words. You know, and they're gonna think that, you know, it's because of us that these things are happening. That's gonna cause them to persecute some of the men. You know, and put some of the men to death. You know, turn us in. You know, got it.
But they're not gonna see no difference between us and Islam or whoever takes a stance with the book or that they're reading from or some type of, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna see us all as one people.
and it says this book
That's what Esau do. He categorized everything. Black identity extremists. He categorized everything.
He paint with a broad brush,
Right.
Right. You know, so we're any kind of people get all the same Muslims.
You see what happened with the Safari thing? The Safari thing, you had people scoffing at the whole Hebrew Israelite thing.
Whole day.
Even matter of fact, you got the Pope was supposed to be.
But they don't do that with Christianity.
Right.
They don't do that with. You know how many of these mass shooters was Christians?
Yep.
How many of these mass shooters was Catholics?
Y'all just Catholics.
They don't go to all the Catholics and say, oh, all the Catholics.
Pedophiles.
Oh yeah, all the Catholics is bad.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, you have all these priests that got caught with little boys, but they don't bunch up the whole religion and accuse them. Showing you who really had the spirit of the prophets, who really fit the prophecies as far as being persecuted.
That's it right
It's
there.
us, man.
Fit the prophecies, man. That's it right there.
Right.
Yep.
it says this book of Proverbs chapter 4.
Speaking of that, that nigga look like a mad shooter.
I know this shit.
Bag.
Yeah, right. It look like you got
That sniper look.
with
I don't
silence.
know if
Just
these niggas be really men, bro. What the fuck?
This book of Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, for the lips of a strange woman, hey, that strange woman, well, I'm gonna read this one more time. Let's get this link them together. This is book of Sirach chapter 12, verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand in thy place, neither let him sit in thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Going back to Proverbs chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh to the doors of her house, lest thou give thy honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of strangers, and thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. So the same thing that the Lord is saying right here. You know, the same thing that he was saying in Sirach is saying right here.
That's in that fire. When their flesh and their body is consumed in that fire, they're gonna realize that they shouldn't have been indulging in these all these other philosophies that Esau was spewing down their throat. Scripture say that war him that put up the bottle to his neighbor. You know, Esau put that liquor down, stuffed it down Jake's throat and got him drunk. You know,
the book of Sirach tell you not to force wine upon your neighbor at the wine verse. That's what he's doing.
yeah. So you got, you know, in a carnal sense, like you might go to the bar with somebody and say, "No, I don't drink." No, you go to drink, bro. Yeah, and they get too drunk, and he get to a fight. He told you he couldn't handle his liquor. He told you he don't drink.
There's a scripture on that too.
You just read it.
No, it's another one too. What you in a pocket? You quoted from the pocket? It's one of them apostles, man. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to let that man be.
Oh yeah, we finished that out.
Proverbs chapter 26, verse 25. When he's speaking fair, believe him not.
Right, so if he tell you he gonna be fair, he gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do right. Trust me. No, don't believe him, man. This is good for you. Just roll up your sleeve. Nah, hell no, man. Go ahead.
That's how you know Jake don't read this Bible.
They don't read nothing.
Come on, man.
You got all this alternative news out here. They don't read nothing.
Jesus said, I ain't reading nothing like doing research. I'm living on my sleeve.
Oh yeah,
You
right.
heard that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, the lady, she was on the news. She was in New York talking about. I'm not asking what's in the inoculation.
Oh, yeah, you talking about her? Yeah,
Or the injection, whatever she said.
Yeah.
I'm not reading no research about the inoculation. I am rolling up my sleeve and I am taking the inoculation. Yeah, okay, you gonna take that shit the same way.
And that missile to the dome, right.
Yeah,
Without thinking.
right.
We're not taking it to.
All right, good. Yeah, you gonna take the missiles though. So it don't matter.
Still don't win.
He
So.
still don't win. He focused on the ship. He tried to miss it. He missed that. He missed that post. Or he didn't want to speak on that post. Look, that's the end result. That's coming right after the ship, man.
Immediately.
You know.
I got this.
Hold on. You gotta finish that chapter.
He says, for there are 7 abominations. Proverbs 26 and 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart.
Right, in his mind. Like he said, when he's talking good, in their mind, they thinking about how to throw you into a pit. Like we reading this right. 12, man. You know?
All right.
He says, whose hatred is covered by the sea.
Yeah, his hatred is covered by deceit. Damn. It's still there. It's still there. It ain't went nowhere. That's why you don't get justice. That's why you still get shot on camera. You don't get justice.
Right.
You know?
Damn. That's like you're in the NBA.
It's on camera.
Yeah, Jake like, I'm good because I got, I'm cool with my manager, I'm cool with the owner. No, nigga, he covering it by the seat. He giving you these gifts like we read in Proverbs 19.
Oh yeah, you remember like a while back, there was leaked audio of the NFL owners.
Oh yeah.
You know, basically calling Jake slaves and niggers and shit, man. They don't care about you, bro. They use you to make billions, not millions, billions.
Yeah, man.
They just using you, man. You know, everybody was all shocked. No, it was the owner of the Clippers. Yeah, Donald Sterling.
You know what I'm saying? It was the NFL, something NFL too.
Yeah, right. Because they all notice they call owners.
Owners,
which basically means your master. You just a slave. You a higher slave.
You got it. Shalom.
Proverbs chapter 26, verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by the sea. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation.
I mean, everybody gonna see when this man is exposed. No, that's why you had the That's why you had the Johnson and Johnson. The Johnson and Johnson shot getting recalled or whatever. You know.
Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein.
So Esau's gonna fall into this trap that he's digging for our people, for the Israelites, mainly the men, the teachers, the prophets, starting with our apostles and elders, a great millstone. Esau's gonna dig that pit for them, but he's gonna fall into his own pit. Because this whole new world order system that he's digging, because the word system, when you go into that word system, it means pit. It means trap. So this system that he's molding and building to be our destruction is actually gonna be his destruction. And he gonna fall into the new world order is gonna be his undoing. And because of the new world order, the nations is gonna come against him and nuclear bomb America, man. You know, you guys.
It says, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it will return upon him.
You know, so you roll that stone, but the stone gonna come roll right back around and flatten him. You know, it's like a boomerang. You know.
It says, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin.
Read that again.
Proverbs 26 and 28. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it.
A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. Esau afflicts Jake by his lying tongue, and he still hates you. Even though he got you convinced in his lies, he still hates you. That's some demonic, narcissistic, twisted shit, man. That's like me having a slave, and I convinced him that the sky is red, 2 + 2 is 8, but then I hate him because he don't understand the truth. I hate him because he can't do math. When I taught him, the shit wrong.
That's crazy. That's like we always bring out. It's crazy etymology. Just means a mental illness. Them niggas have a mental illness, man. They're deranged, man. You know, that's sick, man. Yeah, that's sick, man. That's a nut case.
So, as being a slave, raised in slavery, and you're being taught by a slave master, what's believing, how you know consciously that it's not pressure.
You didn't know till the chain came off and decades had to go by, and we got this truth. We didn't know. It was a period of time where the wisdom was hidden. That's why our scripture talk about the valley of dry bones when Israel was dead. We was in a dead state. Can you get Proverbs 21:16 real quick?
Yeah, and it said he said that's why in slavery they took your changed your name, they beat your name out of you, your language out of you, because we did know at one point in time, and then but they had to change that to fulfill prophecy, times and dividing at times. The Lord, like brother said, it had to be hidden.
I was teaching my sons this week, and I showed them the scene in Roots with Kunta Kinte, and how he beat Kunta Kinte out of him. You know, I showed him like this is why YAHWASHI comes back with fire. This is why he comes back so angry. So we used to speak about God, now it's ABCDEFG. You know what I'm saying? But they beat it out of us. You know, he kept beating them till he said his name was Tony. You know? And when Kunta came over, he was wondering why all these Israelites so subjective, why they listening. You know? Yeah. Hold on, real quick. If you can hold that 2 seconds, you can read this one scripture for that last question.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. The man that wandered out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
So anybody that don't understand these scriptures in its totality, the true doctrine, they're actually in the congregation of the dead. Meaning they're walking dead, because they're not living to their full purpose. Like it's like an animal in the zoo. It's basically it might as well just kill it. It has no purpose. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what's your question.
Parents raising us up, they was youngins. Sometimes I feel like I was a slave to lead. But they would tell me how to walk, how they walk, how to talk, how they talk, how to live, how they live.
They raised you based on what they knew. Like all our parents. You know what I'm saying? They raised you based off how they was conditioned. So now you take that same bone, you get off the same bone until you realize that bone ain't got no more meat on it. You know what I'm saying? But you're only gonna be able to realize that until you realize the bone ain't got no more meat on it. Somebody had to show you that. You like, damn, this bone good as hell. It tastes good, got the flavor on it, but there ain't no meat on it, bro. What are you doing? That's why the Lord sent the prophets out and to give Israel back that meat, a full steak. That's the word, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
You got a question with that? Yes.
The systematic tradition of Scott and so forth. That's why everybody fulfilled to color day ascribe to this system that's being documented. So they don't know nothing.
Right. They worship the beast. Yeah, they worship he was plugged in.
And he didn't realize he was an Israelite until he came to the
Right. Right.
And then they got all this other disclosures coming out that's going to be released in 2027. But in the meantime, he was making bed fellows with all these Edomites, especially
The Rockefeller.
Muhammad.
Hoovers and others.
Yep.
They all had built
In the pocket.
Yep. That's why he became an alpha. You know, all that shit. Like, man, they weren't doing look, all that shit was founded based off the foundation of Esau, skull and bones. You know what I'm saying? All those secret societies where the Bushes was involved.
Black Boule.
The Boule. Yep. Like you said, the Black Boule. Just an extension of the original Boule. The Freemasons.
Basically, Jake, a bunch of Israelites, so-called Negro Latino, the Americans, it was down with the secret society.
Yeah, at a higher level than a fraternity.
Yeah, like like people like I was about to say like Oprah,
LeBron,
Eddie Murphy, LeBron, right? These type of individuals, you got it.
Higher access to different things.
Higher access to wickedness.
So right, chapter 30, verse 1.
Yeah.
He that loveth his son causes him oft fulfill the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end.
Why? Because when you beat your son or your servant, that's gonna make them obedient. Right. So that's why they had to beat us, beat our language out of us, and our holy days and our customs out of us, so that we will become obedient, right, as if we were their son. Right.
In an agreement. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna question it.
Right. Because you feel and you believe that that's what's right. 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 They beat you if you didn't do it. Yep. So hey, this must be right. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
Verse 2.
Hey, Slocky, if I could add to that point, that was beautiful. Hey, like, what if you ever seen Boys in the Hood, right? You seen that, right? Remember that scene when Ice Cube was in the car, and they had rolled up on that scenery with all the cars before the shooting happened, and then they was talking about God. Ice Cube was like, it ain't no God. You know what I'm saying? If it was a God, why would he let babies get killed and all that in the street? Well, he's a product. You know what I'm saying? That thinking came from that generation growing up. So if all they had to do is one generation removed, I take away the mom or the father, and I got this little dude just running around, and I'm raising him a certain. He gonna produce what I feed him. You know what I'm saying? Just one generation. So imagine generation after generation after generation, bro. That's destructive, man. That's
19
exactly
to 1900s.
Exactly. That's gone. That's why our people like, you know what I'm saying? Looking at him like, no, man. That's why the Lord did that, because it's only a remnant that he's dealing with, man. You know, it was no other way. It was no other way.
It don't matter how long this is destruction. You know, they gonna come back to their problem. You know, which that's
right.
6%. It wasn't meant for them.
Yeah, they number with that sword.
They never walked with Yahawashi.
Anyways, right. Yeah, exactly.
So right, chapter 30, verse 2.
Right.
He that chastises his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Right. So let's look at this on the left hand side.
Right.
Esau chastised us, and he has joy with the way that our people are in. Right. It tells you in Revelation 11 and 13 that they rejoiced over us and made merry and sent gifts one to another. So we was the first Christmas gift, and now they have joy in the fact that we're in this lower state, not keeping the Shabbat, not you know what I'm saying, believing in YAHWASHI, you know, yeah, they love a nigga, man. That's why they put niggas and hoes and thoughts on the TV. That's why Lil Nas X is what he is. You know what I'm saying?
They keep them videos
like, she looked at me like
YouTube.
I said something wrong. She looked at me like Lil Nas X not demonic.
Hey, they keep that shit on YouTube, but take our videos off.
Right. Our videos get taken off. We read the Bible, but if a nigga humping Satan on TV, that shit can stay up. In a fucking bikini, that shit can stay up. And then you got the nigga woman looking at me like I said something wrong. You know? Degenerate, right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's righteousness.
Right.
That scripture
Oh,
talking
matter of
about,
fact, I got
one of those called good, evil.
Right. Isaiah 5 and 2.
I got brother push that point that brother was mentioning how the wicked pretty much laughed at that calamity, because you had was he like an actor, a producer? He was pretty much talking about how the Rothschilds was explaining the what's that word? Feminism. He was pretty much explaining what feminism, like what women's
liberation.
what was liberation about? And he said, you know, he said, oh, so that the women can do this and this and that. And he said the Rockefeller, he laughed at that. You know, so they
he said you're an idiot. He said you're an idiot. He said if you think that feminism and women's liberation was to make women equal, you dumb as fuck. It was about money. If you got more workers in the workforce and not at home, then you get more money. And then you misguide the children too.
Right.
But they not raising the children either.
Right, we read that. We quoted it earlier. They fill their bellies. They never satisfied. It's all about the gain of the other. That's their God. You know, they wealth. And, Second Ezra 3. Second Ezra 3. They flow in wealth. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I got a quick one real quick. This is Job chapter 10 and 21. It says, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness in the shadow of death, a land of darkness as darkness itself.
Talk about America.
And the shadow of death.
So Job is here.
Without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Their light is as darkness. Right? You know,
in this system.
Exactly. You know, Isaiah 14, it say, how's are fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. They portray to be the children of the light. You know what I'm saying? But their light is as darkness. You see, so they're hypocrites. You know, they what's the word? Imposters, opposers. You know, you got it.
They said without any order. Because there's no order here in America. Which order is righteous. You know, when you don't have order, you're gonna get chaos and wickedness. That's all that's gonna come. Death. You know. So when the body is in order, what? It's healthy. When the body, when you do things to make your body function out of order, you gonna bring upon death.
I got one more. Lock it. One more real quick. This is Job chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at the point is a couple of verses down. I'm gonna start up a little bit. It says 17. He leadeth counselors away spoiled and maketh the judges fools. Right, and that's why we're the laughing stock. We're the judges of the earth, and he made us fools. You know, we have no understanding. You know, ox know his owner as his master's crib, but Israel do not know. Israel neither do they consider. You know, we're the fools. We're the ones you spit on. You know, you just walk past, not even think this nigga crazy. It says, he looseth the bond of kings and girdeth their loins with a girdle.
You the ones that you kill, and you ain't got to worry about them trying to kill you.
Yep, exactly.
They're gonna get on TV crying, apologize.
Exactly.
Apologize to the officer for killing my son. I'm sorry,
but
officer,
the biggest gangster in the world. You know,
how you apologizing to the officer for killing your son?
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry because I shouldn't be this angry. All this dumb shit.
It says, he leadeth princes away spoiled and overthroweth the mighty. He removeth away the speech of the trusty and taketh away the understanding of the aged. He poureth contempt upon princes and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. Right, YAHWASHI outside. He discovereth deep things out of darkness and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations and straighteneth them again. He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and causeth them to wander in the wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, it's the Lord in control of everything. Like we've been saying, it's to fulfill prophecy. You know what I'm saying? So every question that we had growing up and questions we got now and all these, man, look, man, at the end of the day, man, do you believe, man? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, are you repenting? Because at the end of the day, you can't change the past, you can't change the future. You know what I'm saying? You can't change when you leave here and you walk across the street, if a bus smack you up into the air, you can't control that. All you can control is your moment right now. And all we got right now is the word being spoken to us. All us brothers ministering to each other. Even though we minister to the people, we ministering to each other. So that's all we can control right now is what we obtain and receive right now. You see, because the Lord is in control. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. So no, it wasn't you who was confused. The Lord confused you. He threw the spirit on you to confuse you and to make you look like you was drunk. You know what I'm saying? The whole nation of Israel, man.
That's how people right now say that a deep sleep fell upon us, you know, as a drunken man. And I'm gonna paraphrase, but basically our people is drunk off of the philosophies of America, you know. That's why they out here acting like they drunk. And then you get them a drug, a breathalyzer, they sober. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Oh, they walking past, yelling music at the top of their lungs. You think these niggas drunk? They not drunk. They drunk off of the philosophies of America. A nigger or a nigga was created on a plantation. So this is the product of 1492 to 2002. You know what I'm saying? Right. He said, I got the one list right there. Yeah. He said that the impact of what he did, conditioning those slaves, how to make a slave, in other words, he said it might last for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands. He didn't know then how right he was. 12 into this very day. Even the so-called gender wars got our women against us as a because of what happened way back when butt breaking happened during slavery. If a man was butt broken in the presence of his wife or family and the whole town and whatever, he could never be a man after that. Incident, never against his family. And
then what did he have to do to show that sign? He sagged his pants. You know, that's where sagging your pants come from. He would have his pants sagged, you know, show that he belonged to that master. So he got the same concept in these jail systems. So that's when the man, another man have another man, they got that's my bitch, whatever they say. You know what I'm saying? It goes back. Everything goes back to the product of the mental destruction, which came from what? Slavery. You know what I'm saying? All right. So,
It's an excerpt from the Willie Lynch letter. On page 10, it says, "Let's make a slave. The origin and development of a social being called the Negro. Let us make a slave. What do we need? First of all, we need a black nigger man, a pregnant nigger woman, and her baby nigger boy. Second, we will use the same basic principles that we use in breaking a horse, combined with some more sustaining factors. We reduce them from their natural state in nature, whereas nature provides them with the natural capacity to take care of their needs and the needs of their offspring. We break that natural string of independence from them, thereby create a dependency state so that we may be able to get them useful production for our business and pleasure." So that's just, that's just page 1. But as you read the whole letter, it gets deep.
He said for his business and pleasure. God
Right.
Damn. God damn. These niggas all about that shit, man. That shit's crazy.
I'm trying to find a point that you made.
Useful. When they can stop the war, that's when we talk about kind of the horses.
Yeah, I got it right here. This is page 15 of the Willie Lynch letter. It says, "When it comes to breaking the uncivilized nigger, use the same process, but vary the degree and step up the pressure so as to do a complete reversal of the mind." Showing you once again that nothing is created without pressure. So it says even the nigger. It says, "But vary the degree and step up the pressure so as to do a complete reversal of the mind. Take the meanest and most ruthless nigger, strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, the female and the nigger infant, tar and feather him, tie each leg to a different horse, face in the opposite direction, set him afire, and beat both horses to pull him apart in front of the remaining niggers." So before they split him in half with the horses, they set him on fire. Okay? And then they beat the horses so that the horses would run in opposite directions, thus ripping him in half. And so the people that looked on and saw this, they were horrified. They were traumatized.
Sat there and watched. Them niggas sat there and watched that shit.
Yeah, it says the next step, just like in Kuta Kinte, it says the next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger male to the point of death in front of the female and the infant. Don't kill him, but put the fear of God in him, for he will be useful for future breeding. See? So this is how this is the beginning process of what you see today. That was the first step. You couldn't get what you see today without this.
Real quick, yep. This is Job 24. I'm gonna start at 8. One is a couple verses down. It says, I'm gonna start at 6. Like, damn, I don't want to read the whole thing. It says, "They reap every one his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the mountains, and embrace the rock for want of a shelter. They pluck the fatherless from the breast, and take a pledge of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry, which make oil within their walls and tread their winepress and suffer thirst. Men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded cry out." That's why we crying out, because we're wounded. We read earlier that the Lord is going to heal our wounds. So right now we're wounded because they stripped us of our clothes, our identity, and made us naked in front of the nations. All right, they embarrassed us. It says, "They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof." Right, the Lord said, his ways he have not made known unto the wicked. Okay, only Israel knows thy ways, man. In Second Esdras 3. It says Salaki, the murderer rising with the light, killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. Right, Micah 2:2. Right, when the morning and light, he practices it. He meditate on his bed, and when the morning come to light, he practiced what he meditated on and what plan that he formulated, man. It says the murderer rising with the light, killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the adulterer waiteth for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face. So in the presence of everybody, he appeared to be one thing, but he's really something else. That's why when the night hit, you know, like a prostitute, you don't know she a prostitute in the daytime. You know what I'm saying? She not tricking. You know what I'm saying? She got her clothes on. She might maybe look at you like, damn, she's nice. But damn, this bitch, she tricking at night, man. She getting popped 300 times a night, man. Yeah, man.
In the daytime, they nurses.
Yep.
Fucking STNA.
Yep.
Accountants.
At night,
work at the gas station.
What's that?
As soon as the sun goes down, they up in Magic City.
What's that movie with old girl? Players Club. She was a student, and at night she was throwing it, you know, throwing it in a circle. It says in the dark, 16, in the dark they dig through houses, which they have marked for themselves. In the daytime, they know not the light. In the daytime, they go out and plan, mark, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, plan, and then at night they perform it. I mean, they execute the what's the word? They go digging deeper. You know what I'm saying? And so when the next morning comes, they expose the whole plan. You know what I'm saying? It says they know not the light, for the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. He is swift as the waters, their portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat consume the snow waters, so doeth the grave those which have sinned. The womb shall forget him, the worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. Hey, you can't. It's hard to put that tree back together, man. He said, he evil entreateth the barren that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. He draweth also the mighty with his power. He raiseth up, and no man is sure of life. Though it be given him to be in safety, wherein he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, right? They have a little moment of shine, right? Like we read in Genesis 27. The earth is given into their hands. Job 9:24 for a little moment. Yeah, come.
You can't tape a tree back together. For example, you got a dollar bill currency. That's impossible. It's impossible to bring that thing back.
Right. Yeah, come. It says they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all others, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. And it be right, not important. You cut that part off because you don't need it for digestion. You know, it's not. It don't need it. Yeah, it don't right, exactly. And if it be not so, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing wrong? Yeah, man. So if it don't happen this way, if you don't get cut off, if you didn't get broke, first of all, in order for the Lord to cut you off, he had to raise you up. You know what I'm saying? So if he didn't raise you up just to cut you off, he would be a liar. So who will make his words to be a liar? So therefore, he has to cut you off. That's why we know that the Edomites cannot make it, man. You know, just by the concept of how YAHWASHI thinks and what he structured his mind to be and how he manifested us to understand. That makes sense. You got it. You go back to what you read. All right. This is the Willie Lex letter, page 8, middle paragraph. It says the black slave, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating
for hundreds of years, maybe thousands.
That's what the elder said. The elder said it.
This is
Right. Chapter 30, verse 3. He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead.
Yeah, man. So, Esau go crazy if every so-called Negro was letting their children watch books. They're telling them that we the Israelites, that's an Edomite, you know what I'm saying? Even a nigga woman. Why you letting them watch that? Why you showing them? What you mean? This happened. This so-called history.
Right. Then
And
we have
still a
history
slave.
class.
Right.
The fuck you think we were learning in history class before they took it off the books? You know what I'm saying? And it's still one of the detailed as roots.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I gotta teach
You got to. Come on, man. That's our history.
Show them that.
Well, unfortunately.
Esau beating the flesh off of the back.
Yeah,
and
man.
They used the flog. They did flogging on so-called Kente.
What's that? What's flogging?
No, the same thing that they did to Yahawashai. Scourge. Right. It's a whip with glass and metal at the end of it, so that when you whip them, the flesh comes off.
I got one. This is the book of Job. This is the book of Joshua chapter 23, and verse 13. It says, "No, for a surety that the Lord Yahawah." It says, "No, for a surety that the Lord Yahawah your power will no more drive out any of these nations before you, but they shall be snares and traps unto you, right? And scourges in your sides, and thorns."
So the Lord got mad. So I'm not going to protect you for these nations over here.
Right.
What's up?
Ask your question.
What's your question?
Now, Africa is your motherland. What's the why?
Africa is not the motherland.
Why they call it the motherland?
I don't know.
Jerusalem is the motherland.
Jerusalem?
Yeah. Mother of us all.
If you're the handsome one, you're the I little guy look like you. You're the my dude. And you're the nappy.
Okay, so what's your question?
I was trying to find out what's the father and the motherland.
First of all, the whole feminine, that's a feminine vibration.
Okay.
It's the fatherland, really.
Right.
But wisdom is a feminine spirit. So if you want to put it like it's the motherland, you can call it that.
Right.
But it's just the homeland.
Right.
That's all that means.
Right, and they call it that because it's in the sense of birthing. It birthed us.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's the
That's
father.
where the Garden of Eden was.
Right.
The Garden of Eden, Jerusalem.
Flaming sword.
The Garden of Eden.
It's protected by the flaming sword.
Talk about the cherub.
Yeah, the flaming sword. That's just the Muslims will tell you that.
No.
When I was in the joint, listen, I'm tell you one thing about the Muslims in the joint.
Muslims don't know shit.
I'll tell you one thing.
I'm listening.
I'll speak.
Go ahead.
I played ball for the Muslims. 20 points a game, 20 rebounds, D-League play. A, B, C, everybody. She's out of the championship. Okay. You know what they teach? They believe in Jesus Christ. They tell you.
They don't tell you he's the son.
No. He told me one day, we were right over there, me and Coach Lockett. He say, well, Lord's willing. I said, Lord, that was Jesus Christ. It was Jesus Christ.
So you did have a question.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
You talking about basketball, you talking about Muslims.
I'm talking about they y'all gotta like what y'all doing, man. Y'all got a lot of heart.
You should listen. listen.
Okay, listen.
Okay, if you like what we're doing, let us keep doing it. You got it. It's book Joshua, chapter 23, verse 13. Know for a surety that the Lord Yahweh your power will no more drive out any of these nations from before you. Right, so that's why we went into slavery, because the Lord got tired of defending them. Right. The whole head is sick. Why will you be stricken anymore? So the Lord said, you know what? I'm not going to defend you. Right. Because when you read Judah the 5th chapter, the Lord was protecting us because we were keeping his ways. When we stopped keeping his ways, he wasn't obligated to keep protecting us. Yeah, and also that because Yahweh used to put the spirit on the men of the Lord like David to move out, you know, and run through and conquer lands.
Well, yeah, when you go to Jeremiah 2, Jeremiah 3, he said, he put us away. You know what I'm saying? He said, Judah then looked at his sister and see what she done. You know what I'm saying? He looked at her ways, and, you know, we followed after the northern kingdom. He gave us a bill of divorce.
It says, know for surety that the Lord, Yahweh your power, will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, but they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides. Yeah, they said, Psalm 135, we were mingled among the heathen and learned their works, which were a snare unto us, meaning a trap. A snare is a trap. So right. Yeah, so the ways of these other nations.
Man, y'all keep going, man. Y'all doing good. Man, when I was younger, I studied with theologians. I was a child.
So you like
church. 64 for 64.
So you like the Jews in Ephesus?
Yeah, I mean, I studied with. I go to these conferences with all kind of different faiths.
Yeah, right. You like
200-something, 2,000.
The aristocrats.
Yeah, man. It be dinner, you know what I'm saying? Get beer, whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It be things going on, but I mean, I'm always like a young man. You know what? He's the most dominant. And then maybe you. Yeah, you sneaky because you smile all the time, but you're the smart one and you were the older one. I see y'all out here. I see y'all all the time.
What's your name, man?
Daniel.
Okay, Daniel, that's a good name. Okay. My name Yaquan. Go ahead, man.
I'm going.
I ain't never seen that. The search that the Lord Yahweh your power will no more drive out any of these nations before you, but they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes. Until you perish from off this good land, which the Lord Yahweh your power have given It says Psalms 135. What's that? What scripture? We were made among the heathen. Jacob's tripping. He's like,
Oh yeah.
you see the issue? He was like, that shit crazy.
106 and 35.
Psalms 106, verse 35. And it says, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works and served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Right. So the idols of these other nations, Jesus Christ. You know, whether you think he so-called black or white, you got that name. That's an idol, man. Because his name is not YAHWASHI. I mean, Slaki, that's saying his name is not Jesus Christ. So like his name is YAHWASHI, man. You know, so if you call on Jesus Christ with the image of YAHWASHI, it don't matter. Yeah, that's about racist. It's null and void. Yeah, well, I picture him as a black man. No. You can't, because that's not who Jesus Christ is. Jesus Christ is not a black man, so-called. He was a so-called white man. He was a Edomite. It says in the boy Shia. It says, but were mingled among the heathen, Psalms 106 and 35, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works and served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters,
whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Yeah, come on.
And what's that? Gehenna in the Greek. They would do that there. Where you get the concept of hell from? They would sacrifice children in that place, and they would put the dead bodies there. That's why it stinks so bad. That place still exists today, man. That's where you get the stories from, like, oh man, you better not do this or that, or you're gonna go to hell. You know, and there was a place where you could go where you will get burned alive. Everything has a past, man. Everything comes from the ancient customs, man.
Yeah, it's all the idols is all the same. Yep. They just get different names.
Yep.
It's all go back to the gods of
Semiramis.
Yeah, right. Baal and
Nimrod.
Yep,
Nimrod, Semiramis.
Yeah,
Ishtar, they all the same gods.
right. Which Ishtar is also called tomorrow. You know, which where you get Easter from. The god of fertility. That's why you got all those eggs. The bunnies don't lay eggs.
Yeah.
All right, you're worshiping a false god if you celebrate that so-called holiday.
Yeah, but then when they died of eggs, that was in the ancient world, that would be the children's blood that they sacrificed. They would put the blood on the eggs. Yeah. That's where the dying of the eggs comes from.
Wow. Psalm 69 and verse 22. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. You know, and because Jacob was for his welfare. You know, that was his best investment, was to take in Jacob and his custody. You know?
Yeah, read that again.
It says, let their table become a snare.
Yeah, the table became a snare because Esau taught us the table. When Esau got a hold of the table, which is the Bible, he taught us it backwards. So it became a snare to the 2/3. For the elect, it's always going to be good for what it was made for. But for the 2/3, it became a trap unto them. So we would mingle among the heathen, learn their works, serve their idols, which were a snare. The idol of Jesus Christ, Travis Christians, they accompanied that with the table. And it became a trap unto us.
Hey, that's why the Lord said, Aaron, you just said something. You said, nation of fierce counsel, a language that you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? About that backwards tongue. You know what I'm saying? To go with the image. You know, because the speech got to go with the original image. You know, so he taught us his backwards speech, which ultimately goes with the backwards understanding of life. You know, you got it.
I'm saying there's a whole way upside down.
Yeah, right. What's that, Isaiah 29?
It says, let their table become a snare for them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Hey, and also it's talking about the chip. That's for their welfare. You know, that and Yahweh, the scripture say, he shall come down upon them while he's here. You know?
Yeah, con.
Esau tell you it's for your welfare. Really, it's no good for you at all.
Yep. Right. Nothing in this man's kingdom is good. Nothing. Nothing, not no food, not no water.
It says, let their eyes be darkened, right? That they should see not, right? And make their voice continue to speak, right? Hey,
they're not gonna understand this truth. They're gonna be blinded. Right. But then again, they're also not gonna understand their condition, right? In this captivity.
Hey, so this really was really for the 2/3, man, because they're gonna come up out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's why I said it.
Right.
You know?
So you should remember yourself.
Against thee shall prosper.
And then in your captivity, you should remember yourself.
Yep.
You know? Meaning what it's meant. Like you said, it was meant for the
elect, the remnant. Lord said in Isaiah 1. Matter of fact, somebody got Isaiah 1 because it keeps
coming out. Yeah, that's clear.
Isaiah 1, it says that unless the Lord has left us a very small remnant, we would have been at Sodom and Gomorrah. So the Lord reserved his men. It's Colossians 2. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. After the rudiments, it's like Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahawashi. Right. So Easter or Ishtar is one of those philosophies of vain deceit.
you know, which is after the rudiments of the world, you know, which is after the tradition of men, the tradition of Ishtar, which again is the fertility god. Can you look up Ishtar?
Yeah, which Ishtar, like he said, the fertility god. But Ishtar is nothing more, nothing less than Semiramis, who was the mother of Nimrod, which is where you get Tammuz, is their son, right? Tammuz, and Nimrod would be Amun Ra in Egyptology, right? The sun god, right? Yeah, God. Yeah, sun god. It's all connected. Who was Amun Ra? Who was their son? Was it? It might be Tut, but one of them was Tammuz. You know, so it's all the same. It's all the same thing. It's all the same deities. Which was like in Ezekiel, he told you that he saw women weeping for Tammuz, which they was facing the sun, they was praising the sun. You got it?
This chart, the sources of botanical. It says this card, Sumerian in Ghana and Mesopotamian religion. It says goddess of war and sexual love. This chart is the Akkadian counterpart of the West Semitic goddess Astarte.
Yeah, right. It's read it right. Read it one more time.
It says goddess of war and sexual love. This chart is Akkadian counterpart. It's like Akkadian counterpart of the West Semitic goddess Astarte. Astarte.
I got some.
Actually, all that's go back, like I said, Semiramis was the mother of Nimrod.
This one says, it says Easter was originally the celebration of Ishtar, the Assyrian and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. Ishtar was the goddess of love and war and sex, as well as protection, faith, childbirth, marriage, and storms. There is some fertility in there, but as for Aphrodite, it said Aphrodite. Aphrodite, there is also an element of power. So that's why you get where you get the eggs from, and like I said, the pain of the eggs, and you know, any person with a brain should know that bunnies don't eat eggs.
Right. We never thought about that shit growing up. We just.
But that's cunningly devised fate.
Yup. There it is. Cunning devised fable.
That's why we didn't realize that, you know, bunnies don't lay eggs.
Yup.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yep, and then it shows you that this is Babylon because why? We serve the same gods. Yep, confusion, serve the same gods, man. Going back to the Babylonians, man, Mesopotamia, man. Okay, the Chaldees, right? The wise men, the sorcerers, the witches. You know, that's why the Lord later on in that chapter he tell you to stay with your enchantments, man, to see if they save you in that day. So,
portion